Hello everyone, this is the Punisher Mythos, and in this edition we will be talking about an absolute beast. Literally. This beast of a man is commonly known to be a loner, yet is an integral member of the illustrious mutant supergroup known as the X-Men. A man who has seen more death and destruction than you could ever imagine. A man with the killer instinct and the claws to match. He has an animalistic rage that makes him a force to be reckoned with. He'll charge into battle without a second thought, taking down his enemies with brutal efficiency. You can't hide from him and you can't outrun him. Some folks say he's a hero, others say he's a menace. But one thing's for sure, you don't want to cross him, and he's the best at what he does, and what he does isn't pretty. I introduce to you all James Howlett, who some know as Logan. However, he is mostly known as Wolverine. Wolverine, created by Roy Thomas, Len Wein, and John Romita, made his first appearance in The Incredible Hulk, the 180th edition released on July 4th, 1974. He was born in Cold Lake, Alberta, Canada at around 1882 and 1885. Unfortunately, Wolverine didn't have an idyllic childhood. He was neglected by his mother and then became abjected when his mutant identity fully emerged when trying to protect the Howlett estate from intruders. After being kicked out to avoid being detected from the authorities, he assumed the name Logan, and when he worked with miners at the British stone quarry, he was respected so much for his unwavering work ethic that he was given the nickname Wolverine. As time passed, he learned and honed his skills, so much so that his healing powers erased his traumatic childhood and he mastered his feral nature. This was conveyed through his ability to lead a wolf pack. Even though his powers grew, he eventually was still beaten and kidnapped by armed men that worked with the Weapon X program. He was then examined while floating in a containment tank. Logan's skeleton, including his claws, was bonded with the indestructible metal known as Adamantium, making it unbreakable, and underwent intense brainwashing. This brainwashing led to him wreaking havoc on everyone in a small town known as Roanoke. However, he was rendered difficult to control, and he eventually broke free of the programming and escaped. When it comes to his physicality, Wolverine is 5'3", 195 pounds without adamantium skeleton, and 300 pounds with adamantium skeleton. His eyes are blue, his hair is black, and he has some unusual features such as canine teeth and 2 sets of 3-foot-long retractable bone claws stored in his forearms covered in adamantium. Moreover, he has mutton chop sideburns, a unique hairstyle, and a body that is unusually hairy. As far as his attributes are concerned, as mentioned earlier, he has a unique mutant physiology, which means that he is a mutant that was given an adamantium skeleton by the Weapon X program. He has a regenerative healing factor that helps him tremendously in a myriad of ways. He has contaminant immunity, which means that he has immunity to various diseases, poisons, viruses, and most drugs. He also has fatigue and telepathic resistance, as well as decelerated aging. Now, it is important to note that even though he has regenerative healing factor, unfortunately, he still feels the pain and the pain that comes from healing. With his adamantium claws, Wolverine could, at will, release these slightly curved claws through his skin between the knuckles on each hand. They can penetrate most flesh and other natural materials. He also has the ability to retract as many claws as he likes. He also has superhuman senses, as well as superhuman level strength, speed, stamina, durability, reflexes, and agility. Lastly, he has animal empathy, which means he can understand the emotions of animals around him and even communicate with them. Now, when it comes to why Wolverine will be a formidable foe, the question is, where do I start? Besides the attributes that I mentioned, maybe these additional elements can paint the picture. Wolverine is a master martial artist, an expert assassin, and a weapons expert due to his experience of being a soldier, samurai, spy, and mercenary. This obviously means that he has the combat skills and, most importantly, the mentality to deal with the Punisher. Hand to hand, the Punisher would have to be careful because getting too close can prove to be fatal because Wolverine can slice through his armor, which is the Punisher's main defense. The Punisher would have to use his escape mastery and maybe devise a plan to expose one of Wolverine's weaknesses, which is sensory overload. One of the many ways the Punisher can do this is by the use of strobe lights and using loudspeakers. The Punisher could also use a flashbang grenade to temporarily disorient and or incapacitate him. Or, if that's too difficult, maybe the Punisher could somehow calm him down, persuade him to work alongside him to take down a bigger threat, and then, while Wolverine isn't paying attention, shoot him in the area that isn't filled with adamantium, if you know what I mean. And if that isn't enough, while he's in agonizing pain, while he struggles to crawl away, the Punisher could run him over with the steamroller. In conclusion, I think that Wolverine would be as difficult, if not more than Deadpool for the Punisher. Comic fans would know this because Deadpool got his regenerative healing powers from Wolverine. Wolverine is more serious and doesn't have the mental issues that Deadpool does. In a rage-filled battle, the Punisher cannot come close to the rage of Wolverine's. This means that the Punisher would have to be more strategic and, unfortunately, deceptive towards Wolverine. This could work because underneath the berserker rage, he really does have a big heart. Some would say that this is his biggest strength. However, in the same breath, you could also say that this is his biggest weakness. Thank you guys for listening to this edition from the Most Formidable Foe series. I hope you liked it. If you did, let me know in the comment section. Punch that like button, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. The Punisher Mythos is out.